Despite being a young country, America has seen more than its fair share of fascinating history. It has been shaped and reshaped by a turbulent and remarkably diverse past that ranges from indigenous settlements and colonial conquest to civil war and fight for independence, as well as the impact of waves of immigration and diverse cultural influences from all four corners of the globe. We've compiled a list of the top 10 most historic destinations in the United States of America for those who love nothing more than learning about a new place through its history. So let's take a look. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to the video. First up at number 10, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio was founded in 1718 around the Alamo Mission. It is unrivaled as a destination for learning about fascinating Texas state history, from Native American occupation to colonial conquests and the fight for independence. Locals are very proud of their city's history, and the old battle cry, "Remember the Alamo," is still commonly heard and seen engraved on memorabilia. Aside from the Alamo, there are many other inspiring colonial Spanish missions scattered throughout the city that are well worth exploring. At number 9, New Orleans, Louisiana. Since its founding on a French colony in 1718, New Orleans has witnessed some fascinating historical events, changing hands several times as a result of the Spanish conquest and the Louisiana Purchase. This has resulted in what is arguably the most interesting and diverse collection of historic architecture in the United States. History buffs should dive right into the French Quarter's charming colonial heritage and follow this up with visits to the striking St. Louis Cathedral and a stroll through the Garden District, which is home to an incredible collection of lavish antebellum mansions. At number 8, Boston, Massachusetts. Boston is a genuine treasure trove of American history, and there is simply no better place to learn about the fascinating stories surrounding the nation's founding and war for independence. Emblems from the city's illustrious past can be found everywhere. Keep an eye out for the nation's first college, Harvard University, as well as the city's first public school, the oldest public library, the earliest subway system, and the first public park. At number 7, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly is frequently overlooked by visitors looking to travel between the more well-known destinations of New York City and Washington, D.C., which are located just to its north and south, respectively. However, as the nation's former capital and the birthplace of American democracy, it's difficult to compete with the city's deep historical significance or its sheer concentration of noteworthy sites. Independence National Historical Park has a vast number of wonderful attractions that truly succeed in bringing the past to life, including the Georgian-style Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, Franklin Court, and the Betsy Ross House. At number 6, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. With an enviable collection of world-famous monuments, landmarks, and museums attracting millions of visitors around the world, the nation's capital provides an unparalleled insight into American history in all its glory and complexity. The majority of DC's major attractions are concentrated along the mall, where you can see the Washington Monument, Capitol Building, the White House, Lincoln Memorial, and the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. At number 5, St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine, popularly known as the Old City, was founded by the Spanish in 1565 and is the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the United States, predating the lapsing of the Pilgrims on Plymouth Rock and the founding of Jamestown, Virginia by several decades. I bet you didn't know that. Unsurprisingly, this city is steeped in history, and visitors are spoiled for choice with the array of top-tier museums, inspiring monuments, and authentic colonial architecture available. At number 4, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe is a city of many historic firsts in the United States. It is the country's oldest state capital, having been established in 1697. It is home to the nation's first public building, the oldest religious building in the United States, and the annual Santa Fe Fiesta, America's longest-running community celebration. This vibrant city is rich in history and has done a remarkable job of preserving its original treasures while also ensuring that all construction in the downtown area adheres to the distinctive adobe architectural style. Don't miss the historic plaza, where you'll find the landmark Palace of the Governors, as well as the opportunity to browse a selection of Native American arts and crafts around the square. At number 3, Williamsburg, Virginia. It doesn't get any better than Williamsburg, Virginia's colonial capital and a hub for many of the most significant political and cultural events of the time. For gaining the ultimate insight into America's pre-Civil War days, Colonial Williamsburg is one of the world's largest living history museums, doubling as a massive outdoor theatrical stage. It provides visitors with an authentic recreation of American colonial life with hundreds of restored buildings, live reenactments, and numerous actors dressed in period costumes. Next up at number 2, Charleston, South Carolina. This East Coast settlement, founded as an English colony in 1670, grew to be one of the nation's most prosperous cities, as well as a melting pot of cultures. Explore Charleston's plantations, museums, and colonial buildings to learn about the city's economic history, slave culture, and historical events. The McLeod Plantation Historic Site provides an excellent insight into slave life, while Fort Sumter provides insight into the beginnings of the Civil War. A visit to Charleston would be incomplete without seeing its impressive antebellum mansions, two of which are the Nathaniel Russell House and the Calhoun Mansion. And finally, at number 1, Savannah, Georgia. Elegant Savannah, once home to the Georgian elite, is a remarkably well-preserved city brimming with over 1,000 historic buildings, beautiful cobblestone streets, and gracious public squares. All of this is encapsulated in Savannah's Historic District, one of the United States' largest national historic landmark districts, and an early example of colonial planning with its grid street layout. 22 of Savannah's original 24 public squares have been preserved, and they are filled with greenery, fountains, and monuments, making them the ideal place to seek in the city's history and charm. So guys, that's it for today's video. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.